What's up guys, Jivan back with another video. So one thing that I get complimented for all the time is just the way that I'm always staying positive while playing. I'm just enjoying myself. You barely ever hear me rage, and if I do, I just brush it off really quickly. So in today's video, I'm just going to try to explain how I stay positive, some of the techniques I use, yada yada. If you've been enjoying the content recently, please consider using code JivanTV in the Fortnite item shop. It helps me out more than you know. So let's hop right into it. I have so many tips written down here, and I'm just going to go through them one by one. So the biggest one that helps me out when I'm not streaming is just having something opened up that I can turn to if I start to get mad. For example, I'll have Netflix pulled up, and if I start getting sick of the game or start getting frustrated, I'll just whip out Netflix for like 10 minutes, and then once I calm down, I'll hop into another arena game or something. It could be Netflix, it could be a live stream, it could be like my YouTube, it could be anything, Just have something pulled up on the side in case you start getting frustrated. That way you can just turn to it, click the play button, and relax for like 10 minutes. If you just keep playing while you're already frustrated, that's not going to go well, you're going to spiral. Now this one's probably the most important if you're trying to get better. Whenever you die, try to think about what you did wrong. Focus on improving from your losses. You can't win them all, not even Clicks or anybody wins every single game, so when you die, just think about why you died. One of the biggest things people get mad about is RNG, maybe they just get a bow off spawn, like what are you going to do with a bow? But think about how you could have maximized your loot route. Say you landed at a place like Pleasant Park and there's like 5 people coming with you. Instead of landing at the same building as someone, land at a different building and then see who lands around you. That way, if you know there's someone next door to you, you know that if you have bad loot, you got to get out of there fast. You got to go to the building opposite of that player to get more loot before you fight them if you have bad loot. It's stuff like that, trying to figure out what you could have done differently each time you die. And this is going to help you get better. People don't become pro overnight. They go through all sorts of VOD reviewing, figuring out what they're struggling with, and yeah, that's how they get better. So to have the absolute best mentality, you need to master this, staying calm when you die and focusing on what you could have done differently. Now, another tip is just hopping into a creative map if you're stressed out from arena. I'm just going to assume if you're watching this video and trying to figure out mentality tips, it's from stressing out in arena and tournaments. So if you're having a bad day in arena and you're starting to get really mad, just hop into a creative map where you can keep practicing, but without the stress of being in arena, because obviously arena's the most tilting game mode. Maybe hop into aim duels, Panville's new 200 pump map, something like that that's not stressful and you still get practice from. You could always just get a punching bag and smack that thing anytime you die. Honestly, I feel like that'd be a money move. Another thing you can do is focus on what you did right that game. Instead of focusing on the fact that you died and getting mad about that, focus on something else that happened in the game where you popped off and give yourself a little round of applause. Because it's a battle royale game, there's 100 players in a lobby, only one player wins, you're not going to win them all. So you might as well celebrate the little victories like killing a sweat or something. Another thing that's helped me out a lot in gaining arena points faster and avoiding tilting is landing safe most of your games. Obviously, if you're trying to go for a high kill win, yeah, you want a hot drop. But if you're just trying to gain arena points, don't land at a POI every single game because that's where most of the players go and you're going to have a lower success rate off spawn and you might have to fight with worse weapons. So I built like 10 different outskirt loot spots that I can land at without really having to worry about getting good loot and making it off spawn. That's the fastest way to gain arena points because you play more consistently. The more you die off spawn, the slower you're going to gain arena points. So it's good to have those outskirt spots that you can land at and survive off spawn safely. Another thing that I think a lot of people are starting to forget is that we play these games because we like to play them. People are starting to get so focused on the competitive side of things that they forget to have fun while they're playing. A lot of people's only goal is win, 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 and it should be just go into your game and enjoy it. Obviously, I enjoy getting better at the game, and that takes time. So if you get mad at yourself for not getting better overnight, that's not going to be good for your mental. Just focus on enjoying the game day by day and also set little goals for yourself for improvement. Whether it be gaining this amount of arena points or practicing your aim, practicing a certain build move, whatever it is. But most importantly, just have fun while you're playing and improving. I'd say the biggest tip that helps me personally is just having my stream up anytime I'm playing. If I play off stream, I'll definitely get a little more frustrated, but when I'm streaming, I always have chat there, we're all just vibing together. And so that helps me have fun while I'm playing and not rage. So building a stream audience is definitely one of the best things for keeping a positive mentality. but also just being in the chat of somebody's stream who's really positive while you're grinding arena will help you keep the vibes high, 100%. So tourneys are one of the most stressful things in the game, and that's where a lot of people end up raging hard. And it's because people are so set on like winning that money, going pro, all this and that. But when you're playing a tourney, focus on doing your best and enjoying it rather than the money. Recently, I started setting little goals for myself during tourneys, whether it be placing top 200, placing better than I did the week before, just trying to set for myself reasonable goals. That way, even if I don't win money in a tournament, I'll still be happy with how I did. If you set the goal for yourself to get like top 10 in a tournament across like 50,000 people competing, that's going to be tough to do, especially when going up against all these pro players who practice 10 hours a day. I just enjoy tourneys because I think it's a fun time to see how I've improved from the week before and just to compete because I love competing, but I don't want to get too focused on the money. I'd rather enjoy my experience than rage because I didn't get the money, you know? Tourneys are 5 times sweatier than arena, so obviously I want to win, but I'm just going to set reasonable goals for myself, and then if I end up doing better than those goals and maybe making money, I'll be even more happy. But if I don't make money, I'll still be happy. You see how it's a win-win? Another thing to note about tourneys is there's always a chance for a comeback. No matter how bad you've been doing in a tourney, there's always a chance to climb the leaderboard last second. Even if it's not possible to place in the money, it might still be possible to get a really good placement like top 200, top 100 if you're in the like 2000 spot. All you need is one good pop-off game to catch up. In our last Trio Cash Cup, we started strong but went downhill the rest of the tourney. And then we had 2 games left and we were so far behind. And I could tell my team's vibes were way down. And so I just said to them, I was like, all we need to do here is have 2 pop-off games and we'll be in top 100, if not in the money. Sure enough, we had 2 pop-off games and got top 100. It was one of our best tourneys yet, even though we played terrible for the entire middle section of the tourney. It's important to have somebody on the team give a little vibe boost when the vibes are down. The most important thing when playing team modes is don't bash your teammates for their mistakes in the middle of the tourney. They're probably already beating themselves up for the mistake they made. So if you go and tell them like, why did you do that? That brings the vibes down so much. Like if they already know they made a mistake and then you bash them for it, that's going to ruin the vibes for most of the tourney. It's hard to come back after you start turning on each other. Obviously you want to improve by going over mistakes, but sometimes those mistakes can wait until the end of the tournament when you're doing a VOD review. So it's important to just keep the vibes high throughout a tournament, focus on the stuff that you practiced the week before, and then you can go over the mistakes you make for the next week, improve throughout the week based on how the last performance went. And now some days we're just down so bad where we're raging after every single death and your mentality is just so not there. On days like those it sucks, but you just gotta get off sometimes. Sometimes we're just down too bad to keep playing. But hey, maybe on those days you try out a new game that you've always wanted to try out, but you're so focused on the game you're already playing that you never really wanted to try another game. Maybe on those days where you're raging so hard, you just try a new game. Go for it. Anyways, hopefully these tips helped you out, guys. By the way, I'm going to be streaming FNCS throughout this weekend. Hopefully we do good and make it all the way to the finals. If we do, we'll probably qualify for the heats. We've made round 2 every single week, but we've been so close to making round 3, but yet haven't made it. So we got to show up this week, and if you guys want to come and support, heck yeah, man. Anyways, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, use code JivanTV in the Fortnite item shop, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.